Yep, this is definitely an overdue apology. Hello guys, welcome, or if you've already seen my channel before, welcome back. I am the Philadelphia Whovian, and for this video, like I said before, it's definitely an apology to the first Doctor's story in his very first season, the Aztecs. I think this was written by John Lucarotti, but I could be totally wrong about that one. Don't quote me on that one. So guys, why am I apologizing to the Aztec story? Well, truth is, the reason why I'm apologizing is because, woo, this is a story of just downright unestimation. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because here's my story of the Aztecs. Okay, when it came to finally getting into the First Doctor era and watching the First Doctor stories, I was a little hesitant because I heard mixed things about him. I heard he was crotchety. I heard he was not the best Doctor. I heard many things about him. But I said, you know what? He's the first Doctor. Let me actually go and start watching his era. And one of the first things I was thinking about buying was the Aztecs, because I heard good things about it. I really did. But then I started looking at it, I'm like, Aztecs, really? Okay, the first Doctor's very first season, budget was not great whatsoever. You know, they were doing the best they could with the little they had. How could they possibly have a really good movie around episode around the Aztecs? Especially since it's the Aztecs. How can they possibly capture the epicness of the civilization in this, type of show with what they have, and again, with the resources they could really fall upon? So I just doubted it from the very second I saw this DVD being available for a good price online. And then I was thinking about buying the Ark instead, which, as you know, takes place with his companion Dodo and Steve Taylor. Because the Ark also had very good reviews, but it was a story that I saw some reviewers online say, okay, this is a story that if you cannot afford Dalek Invasion of Earth, you should get the Ark instead. So this really is a good summation of the First Doctor's era. So I was hesitant about buying the Aztecs. Instead, I wanted to buy the Ark. And then I spoke to someone else online, and they say, no, get the Aztecs, get the Aztecs. So I said, okay. The Aztecs was cheap. I decided to buy it. Put it in there, went into it with very low expectations. Again, the Aztecs, this is me telling you, the Philadelphia Whovian telling you, I am sorry. Because the Aztecs is actually a very good historical episode. It is wonderful. Oh my God, somehow they found a way. They were able to, well, John was able to write a very good story. Was it written by John? Yeah, I think it's, yeah, John Lucarotti. Hey, I got it right. Sorry. Either way, he wrote a very good story with with the budget they were given, with the type of, story and directing they were doing, and storytelling they were going with. John found a way to really tell the story of the Aztecs and really hold your attention. This is a character-driven story. The TARDIS, you never see it again after they get stuck into this, civilization. You don't see it until the very end. And he somehow not only kept your attention, but told a really good story, really fleshed out characters. Barbara, the idea of Barbara realizing she can't change the how, things work out. She can't change the world's perception of the Aztecs. She can't change their culture. If anything, she might have made things worse in her attempt to change things. That was such a good, great storytelling technique that I think, New Who was really embraced all throughout its era. But then also you have, oh, Ian. Ian, you were literally made into almost a superhero in this. It was wonderful. I love you, Ian. And the Doctor in this. This is when you begin to see the Doctor really improving his character. And he really was wonderful in this. And his chemistry with the actress they got to play Kamika, that's another thing. I mean, his chemistry with Kamika was wonderful. But the character of Kamika herself was wonderful. She was in her 50s. She fell in love with the Doctor, felt a deep affection for him, and he felt an admiration for Kamika. You know why I like that? I like that because, one, it's age appropriate. Yes, the Doctor is way older than her because he's like at least maybe, 200 years old? Well, we don't know how old he is really at this stage. But she's in her 50s. This is an age-appropriate relationship. But when people say, oh yeah, it's not until, like, we get the character of Rose Tyler with the Doctor, that's the first time the Doctor really fell in love, I'm like, okay, the Doctor may not have been fully in love with Kamika, but you could tell there was definitely a connection there. He clearly admired her. He adored her. He might not have been full on in love because he's an alien, so you can't really feel that for her, but it's definitely there. And that's what I liked about this. I mean, the first Doctor, we often forget the first Doctor did have a potential connection, romantic connection with a human. She might have had it more for him than he had it for her, but there still was a connection there. And I think it gets forgotten way too much. But the story of the Aztecs, where the Doctor and companions land in the civilization of the Aztecs, gets separated from their TARDIS because it gets caught behind a wall. But Barbara, she's there longer than she was there before they were there, and she gets mistaken for a goddess, and she embraces it to survive. And then Ian becomes a warrior, and then Susan has to adapt to his culture too. And the Doctor, being an older man, he gets to feast in the garden of the elders, because the elders are respected, especially Kamika. This is such an incredible thing, but also Barbara dealing with the reality. The Aztecs, while they were a great culture, they are just remembered simply for being barbarians who did sacrifices. But she wants to really push hard to show the world and show history that they were much more than this. And it didn't work out. What a great storytelling technique. What a good device. What a good point. I love it. The Aztecs, this is actually, for me, people might think it's overrated. They might think I'm giving it a too high of a grade. I don't care what you think. This is an A+ story. So, the Aztecs, written by John Lucarotti, I think, again. This story, I say it once, I said it twice, I'll say it again. I misjudged you. I totally did. I saw you online and said, how could Doctor Who, especially the first season, possibly have done the Aztecs? A story about that civilization. Well, it did. And it did it really well. So again, this is me, the Philadelphia Whovian, saying, I'm sorry. And that is a genuine apology. Thanks for watching, guys.